Hello, I am Deepak and I'm going to sing a beautiful song by Mohammed Rafi, Yeh Dunia Yeh Mehfil, 1970 hit movie Heer Raanjha. This movie was produced and directed by Chetan Anand and his company. This was a box office hit movie. It stars his girlfriend Priya Rajvansh, Raj Kumar, Pran, Ajit, Jayant, Prithviraj Kapoor, etc. Music by Madan Mohan and lyrics as well as dialogue by the great poet Kaifi Azmi. So this movie is based on the famous poem by a Punjabi poet uh, that is in 1766 Waris Shah wrote this story or a poem, Heer Raanjha. It's a tragic story, and that the movie is made based on that. And this movie had a beautiful photography by Jal Mistri, who won an award for that. In this movie, Ranjha, that is Raj Kumar, lives in a village in Punjab. He goes to visit his friend for his wedding in the neighboring town. But the neighboring town and his town people are enemies for many years. So he goes and meets a beautiful young woman in that town and they fall in love. And then he he tells her that to hear. And she then asks her father to give this man a job as a cowherd. And so they meet secretly. But what happens is that one day the family comes to visit here. So she runs and falls into the river. And Ranja saves her from drowning. So what happens now? Uh, Heer's father gives him present, and then he tells her that, look, I love your daughter. I am from the neighboring town. So father wants to sort of have truce between the two towns, and he agrees with the wedding, and Heer is very happy. But the Chote Chaudhary, that is Pran, he is the uncle of Heer, does not accept it, and he imprisons Ranja, beats him up. So then her father, Heer's father, releases him, and then the village people tell father that your daughter should marry somebody in the town, not outside town. So they make arrangement to marry her with a wealthy businessman in the town. So now Ranja, who is freed, runs away into the mountains, into the jungle, and sings this song, Yeh Dunia Yeh Mehfil. Now, Pran bribes the Qazi that who arranges the wedding, is the priest. So he tells that Heer has given the permission, but she had never agreed for this wedding. So now she goes to her husband's home but does not accept him as a husband and works there as a servant. Subsequently, Ranja comes back to the village and they meet and they both run away. So her husband's men and Pran's men catch him up and beat him up, but the soldiers of the kingdom come and save them. The king is Prithviraj Kapoor. He favors for Heer and Ranja because the marriage with her husband was null and void because she never gave permission. So now the two families unite and Heer and Ranja get married. But the Pran again makes trouble. During the wedding, he gives some sweet to Heer that are laced with poison. So by the time Heer goes to her husband's home, Ranja's home, she's dead. When Ranja sees that she's dead, he gets into shock and collapses next to her and dies. So that's the movie. Beautiful movie. ये दुनिया ये महफिल मेरे काम की नहीं, मेरे काम की नहीं। ये दुनिया ये महफिल मेरे काम की नहीं, मेरे काम की नहीं। ये दुनिया ये महफिल मेरे काम की नहीं, मेरे काम की नहीं। ये दुनिया ये महफिल मेरे काम की नहीं, मेरे काम की नहीं। किसको सुनाऊं हाल दिले बेकरार का, बुझता हुआ चिराग हूँ अपने मज़ार का। आकाश भूल जाऊं मगर भूलता नहीं, किस धुन से उठा था जनाना बहार का। ये दुनिया ये महफिल मेरे काम की नहीं, मेरे काम की नहीं। अपना पता मिले न खबर यार की मिले, दुश्मन को भी न ऐसी सजा प्यार की मिले। उनको खुदा मिले है खुदा की जिन्हें तलाश, मुझको बस एक झलक में मेरे दिलदार मिले। ये दुनिया ये महफिल मेरे काम की नहीं, मेरे काम की नहीं। सहरा में आके भी मुझको ठिकाना न मिला, गम को भुलाने का कोई बहाना न मिला। दिल तरसे जिसमें प्यार को क्या समझूं उस संसार को, एक जीती बाजी हार मैं ढूंढूं बिछड़े यार को ये दुनिया ये महफिल मेरे काम की नहीं, मेरे काम की नहीं। दूर निगाहों से आंसू बहाता है कोई, कैसे न जाऊं मैं, मुझको बुलाता है कोई। या टूटे दिल को जोड़ दो, या सारे बंधन तोड़ दो, एक पर्वत रास्ता दे मुझे, ऐ कांटो दामन छोड़ दो। ये दुनिया ये महफिल मेरे काम की नहीं, मेरे काम की नहीं। ये दुनिया ये महफिल मेरे काम की नहीं, मेरे काम की नहीं। ये दुनिया ये महफिल मेरे काम की नहीं, मेरे काम की नहीं। Thank you very much for this listening to this beautiful song by Mohammed Rafi. Just a great song from Heer Raanjha. Tragic but hit movie. Thank you very much. This is Deepak.